So the best Anime Vanguards macro by far has got to be tiny tasks. Now, in the description will be a link over to my website where I'll just have a lot of information in regards to tiny tasks, how it works, and obviously the link over to download it. So you're going to just want to click download on version 1.77. You'll download tiny tasks and you're pretty much just going to open it up. The file, you can either double click onto it or go into your downloads. And so upon opening up tiny tasks, this is what you're going to see. So we're going to click pre-settings or prefetch or whatever you want to call this. I just call it preferences. So always on top, this is just so I can see if it's playing through or not. Always set it to continuous playback, because if you don't, it will only do it once. Or you can set to custom, put in whatever number you want, and it'll do it that many times until. And then obviously, for the tutorial, the way we are going to do it is we're going to set playback speed to 1, and this is for a very important reason. Now, the other preferences is I set recording hotkeys to Control-Shift-Alt-R and the playback to F8. This is more of a preference. You can set it to whatever you want. You cannot manually come up here and click it, because the macro will record you coming up here. And say you don't have it set to like hold on to, like, as you see, I can play in the game and it'll show up here. But if you don't have it to this, and say you have to like switch tabs, so say like that, and you have to switch tabs to bring it up, it'll record that in the macro, and it'll do that during the, like, when you're actually playing it, and this will just mess up the whole thing. Or make sure you set up a keybind for that. So starting off, what we're going to want to do is this will differentiate from what you want to AFK. So do you want AFK coins, gems? Do you want AFK like XP on your troops? Do you want to like player level, get higher in the battle pass? Do you want to get essence items? Now, this is an in general tutorial, and I will cover everything on how you can AFK literally anything. So starting off, what we're going to want to do, head on over to play, obviously, and we're just going to choose a map. So for this tutorial, I'm going to choose a normal map just so we can do gems. And so what I'm going to do double dungeons, confirm, and start. Okay, so as you load in, don't move yet. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk forward right till I'm on this corner, and then I'm going to look down and zoom out fully, and then Control-Shift-Alt-R, and I'll start the recording. So I'm going to click yes, and pretty much what you're going to do is you're just going to play through the game mode, and then you're going to save the recording. So I'll just have a little time lapse of me doing just that. Also remember, like, everything you do will be replayed back infinitely. So like, say I click stage info, click off stage info, it'll do that every single time. So do not say like get in and adjust your settings or anything, because it will play that through every single recording. So say I turn off graphics and then turn them back, it'll turn it back on, and then it'll turn it back off, and it'll keep doing that infinitely. So I wouldn't do that. So as you see, I would prefer to AFK with low everything on graphics, on everything possible. Just note that you don't want to have, like, you don't want to adjust this while you're playing, because that will mess it up, like I just said. Just wait till you finish and then save the recording, and then you can adjust your graphics settings from then on, or do it beforehand. As you see, the boss will spawn in, and just like that, the boss disappears. So now what you're going to want to do is sometimes more troops will spawn in before or after, or more will spawn in or less will spawn in. So what you're going to do is just wait a bit. This will just help prevent the macro from overlapping. So as you see up on the top, it goes to 5:30. I'm going to just wait till around 5:45, because I know for a fact sometimes waves can go on for that long. Now I'll start clicking through, and make sure you do a lot of additional clicking. And then we're going to click replay, and then you're going to pause the recording, and now we're going to click save. This gold farm, I can just play through it, and it will continue to play and do the raid as much and as long as I leave it on to do. But as you see, boom, I'm not even touching my keyboard. I'm playing Clash of Clans right now, if I'm gonna be honest, and it'll pretty much just do all of this for me. But as you see, it will keep playing through, and this macro will, this same idea for this macro will apply to any other macro that you want to do. Now, this is just an example, but you can do this for any map, any troop, and all you have to do is literally just play the raid, save the recording, and it will work, and it will continue to work perfectly. Now, obviously, you do want to avoid rounds that do have anti-AFK based systems, like for example Shibuya Infinite or anything past Shibuya Raid 4 because or Act 4, because then you'll have to deal with Mahito. Igris, because obviously you can't AFK him because the statues that get marked do different every single time. So obviously you want to do something that is equal each time. So that would be something like this, which is just the same raid every single time. Now, if this video helped you out, make sure to drop a like. It would be much appreciated, and I will see you on the next one.